Alright, what's going on, For Guy Nation? I'm your host, FG, and today we're playing one of my favorite games made by Namco. This is Metrocross. And the thing is, in 1985, we actually did not get this in arcades when it first released. At least here in the United States. It did come out in Japan and the West Side, but here we were only left with the ports. The Atari version, the ZX Spectrum, the Commodore 64, we never did get the arcade version. At least not until a decade later, when it would finally come with the compilation Namco Museum, Volume 5. And that was the first time we actually got to try the arcade version. Since then, there would be other ways, such as, more recently, as far as I could recall, the Namco Museum Virtual Arcade for the Xbox 360. Thing is, though, we haven't seen the game since, and I would have liked to see it for the Nintendo Switch release in Namco Museum. I think it could have did pretty good there. But anyways, this game is very straightforward. The objective is to get from left to right within a set time limit, dealing with gimmicks, distractions, and most importantly, that timer. So without any further ado, we're going to go straight into the game. There's one thing that's going to be left in your head. It's definitely the music. The music is definitely the most iconic part of the game. Because no matter how much you play this, no matter what round you're on, you are going to hear this music. And it's this music that, you either remember it, you love it, or you hate it. But anyways, right now, this is the first round of the game. Very simple. So we have the green panels that slow you down. We have these cans that if you step on them, the timer stops. There was pits back there that if you fall in, you'll lose a couple of seconds. Very straightforward. And that was just the first round. As you see, it's going to save the time I made for this round, which is 23.5 seconds. And what this game does is that every 4 rounds, so the 4th round, the 8th round, the 12th round, so on and so forth, it's going to save your 3 times based on the other rounds, and you're going to have to complete that 4th or so round within a given time limit, but once that time limit ends, it uses the reserved set amount of time based on your other rounds. So say, for example, the 4th round is 45 seconds, but it's a long stage, so once that runs out, you then only have the reserved time left. So let's say this round I'm going to complete it within 18 seconds, you add it to 23, and let's just say there's 5 seconds left on the next round. That's somewhere with I would say 50 seconds they have left for the 4th round. So it's very important that you go very fast within these 3 rounds, because 4th round, 8th, 12th, those are the longest stages the game has to offer. And once that timer runs out, your game's over. So if you don't have very good times, you're not going to get very far with this game. And at stages like these, where you have to time it just right with the trampoline, that shows that this is not a one-time and you're already mastered a game. You're going to have to spend countless hours, countless quarters remembering these stages, and remembering where everything is placed in order to get the best times and move on ahead. Because once you get into those later stages, the gimmicks become so much that you are racing against the time. And that is why I've never actually beaten this game myself. The furthest I'd gotten was roughly about round 7, and that's where the difficulty already starts to spike. As you can see here, this 3rd round only got 6 seconds. Had I memorized those trampoline placements, I could have gotten some extra time to move forward. So the biggest part of this game is not just replaying it, but also memorizing the stages. But it's also making use of the gimmicks and the abilities. As you saw on stage 2, I didn't mention, there was that skateboard, and had I kept it, I could have kept going over the green spaces, and had I gotten those energy speed drinks, I could have kept going faster. Like this one here, I should have kicked it, but instead, I stomped on it, stopping the time. Dang it! Too far ahead. And ideally, if you play the game right, you really make use of these abilities, and really try to avoid the gimmicks, you can really get far in this game. I don't know many people who have actually beaten the game. I think there may be maybe 2 or 3 videos of it on YouTube. But I applaud anyone that's able to beat all 32 rounds of this game. Or 40, I don't remember the number from the top of my head. But there is a lot to this game. And the fact is, I'm nowhere near done, because after round 4 comes round 5, and the set repeats itself. So now we have to do really good these next 3 rounds in order to add timer on the 8th round. And once you lose, it's game over. You don't get to continue with your quarter. You have to start all the way from the beginning. And so, with this playthrough today, we're going to try to get as far as we can. I'm going to try 2 attempts at this game. And hopefully we could maybe get past my standard stage 7. But as we can see, it's already getting harder. We have lots more of gimmicks. There's definitely a lot of traps. So you really have to make use of what's in front of you. And these cans, when you stop on them to stop the time, that definitely comes in handy for trying to add time on to every 4th round. But we're doing pretty good so far. I think we might break that high score. If you saw in the beginning, the high score is barbecue. When you play the game on its default settings, the names are actually based on, I think, spices or ingredients nonetheless. And I actually messed up the spell of my name, which is Bailey. So I decided to keep the combination going and just put barbecue. Hopefully that shouldn't happen a second time, though. Thing is, with the skateboard, the hurdles definitely make it hard to get past. And that skateboard definitely comes in handy with stages like these where there is nothing but green panels. But we're making good progress so far. This is nothing too bad at all. When I first played this game on the Namco Virtual Arcade, I had no idea what to expect, so I was pretty bad at it. I couldn't even get past the first 4 stages. But after playing and mastering a little bit of skill, I did eventually get past. But it's not to say that there's stages like these that are pretty hard. Oh geez, we're not gonna make it. Round 6. So that's the game. It's a lot of fun once you get used to it. But we did make the high score list, so we did place number 1 in the Orthema City. So let's put our name in real fast. And the standard is record, but we're gonna try to... Let's go. B A I L E. Come on. Y. And let's get a blank space. There we go. That finally fixes barbecue. So we're going to play this one more time to see if we can get any further, and then we'll call it a day here. See, this really isn't much of a game where you're going to play it for hours. You're going to play it a little bit, but after a while you will probably set it down because you're either so angry you messed up, or you just want to take a break. And because of the fast-paced speed that is this game, I think this really would have done great in arcades. The fact that you have to play it so many times in order to learn the layout, the stage speed itself, as well as all the gimmicks, I think this would have been great in the arcades. And it's a shame that it never did come out in 1985 here in the US. I'm sure some people like the game for its ports, but it doesn't really capture the quality that is the arcade version. And this song that we hear in the background. For those that don't know, this game actually runs on the Pac-Land engine. And as a bit of a Easter egg and cameo, the music of this game, they call it the Metrocross Medley, appears in Super Smash Bros. As a music sample for the Pac-Land stage. So it's a little bit of a 2-in-1 that you never expect. But doing good right now. I wish I got that speed boost. I just lost the skateboard. So let's keep moving forward. Okay, gets... Alright, speed boost. There we go. Alright, we're doing good so far. And one more thing I want to bring about this game is the main character. When this came out in 1985 here in the US, a lot of the marketing and promotional images showed him as a human. And if anything, a good way to describe it, definitely the 80s. It had like a sports vibe to it that made someone think they were going to like a skate park to play like a, I would say a skateboarding game. But here in the actual game, you never see his face in the arcade marketing, and he looks more like a anamorphic animal than an actual human. It's mostly with the nose. I mean, it looks like he's wearing sunglasses by the looks of it, but if you look at the nose, it kind of has like snout similar to a dog. But then that does throw me off because the marketing shows him as more like a human. So I'm wondering, what is this main character we're playing as? He is shown human once again in Namco Museum when it first came out here in the US. At least in the cutscene, because once you go to the museum mode, he does have that snout on his character model. So what is the true form of this character, and does this have something to do with the story being possibly a dystopian future? I don't know if I mentioned this, but there was some talks following Pac-Land Championship Edition and Galaga Legions that there was going to be, I wouldn't call it a sequel, I'd call it more of a remake for this game called Aerocross, and that did take place in a dystopian future. And Namco Museum does make a bit of a note that this game does possibly take place in a dystopian future. If you look at the, I don't know if it's how to play or if it's the tips, but there is definitely reference of it in Namco Museum Volume 5. But alright, that was round 4, so we're just about where we left off before. So let's see if we can break round 6. So here we go, let's do it. Da 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 do 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 do. Okay, I'll stop there. Alright, I wouldn't call this good time, but we are getting there. Not gonna be much left on the clock. I'm really getting thrown off by these green tiles, and I can't seem to crush these cans. Oh no 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 no! This is the end. This is. Oh, just made it. We just made it. Just made it. Actually, we might be able to break that high score one more time. Maybe. This is the stage to beat. Another thing, as a point of strategy for this game, you can kick the cans will go forward, and then jump on the cans. So not only do you get more points, but you also can't stop the clock. Which is a good strategy if you're trying to go for that high score, as well as trying to push cans forward just to stop the clock. I don't really utilize that as much, because I find it more efficient just to stop the clock and keep going. It's more of a sense that I'm here for the game itself as opposed to the high score. Because arcade games always try to push for that high score. Never really a sense of completing the game. And that is clear in some of the early arcade games as well, such as Pac-Man and Galaga Dig Dug. It was always focused on the high score as opposed to completion. And that's why many games didn't have much of an ending. And that's why there was called the kill screen of certain games of the past. We're not gonna make it past this. Nope, there was the end right there. We didn't quite make it. We get brutally shocked, and that's the end of that. We didn't break the high score, but I think we did make the list. Yep, number 2 in the Orthema City. We could do record, we could do a food pun. Let's see, pumpkin, parsley, barbecue. If I can think of something on the clock right now. Oh, I know what to do. Oh. We gotta be fast. R E G, come on, A N, come on, oh, oregano. We have barbecue, pumpkin, parsley, oregano, and then my high score. So, closing thoughts, Retrocross. I think everyone should give this arcade game a try. And who knows, maybe you're better than me. Because I'm not the best at the game, but I would say there's a bit of a learning curve, definitely impacted by me for playing it so much. At least to a point where I can finally get past the first set of stages, anyways. But if you have Namco Museum Volume 5, or the Virtual Arcade, or really any way to play this game, do check it out. I think it's definitely worth your time. And quarters, for a matter of fact. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for today's playthrough of Metro Cross. If you guys do want to see more, be sure to leave a like, maybe a comment below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.